Peace be with you. This is Bishop Craig in Lansing, and this is take one for the week of the 13th of June. Again, peace be with you. Congratulations to Bishop Laura Barbans of the Northeastern Ohio Synod. Bishop Barbans was installed Saturday at an in-person Synod assembly. Kathy and I went, and we're together with Bishop Eaton and some other bishops, notably those of Region 6. And I gotta say, being among people for the first time in a long time was a little exhausting and unnerving. No masks, no social distancing. So at least for some of us, this is going to be a gradual process. So we're going to need to be patient with each other. It is an eventful week on the 17th of June. It is the commemoration, the ELCA commemoration of the Emmanuel 9, and on the 19th of June, it is Juneteenth. And I'm really excited because when the newsletter comes out on June 15th, which would be Tuesday, you'll be able to find resources or read about both things. So very excited about that. I would draw your attention to the newsletter. On Wednesday and Thursday this week, I will be in Florida via Zoom. I've been invited to speak to the Florida Bahamas Synod Conference on Ministry, and I'll be giving 2 lectures on preaching over Zoom and preaching for their opening worship service over Zoom. So I would ask your prayers for me as I do that work on behalf of the church. I'm grateful to you all that City Council and stuff supports me in doing it. So very good. And then Sunday is Father's Day, and it's kind of poignant for me because the reading for Sunday, the gospel reading, is the gospel on which I preached when we committed my dad years ago. And we were up at the lake where Kathy and I now have a cabin. And whenever we're out on our boat and the wind changes, I hear my dad reminding me that we always need to be aware and attuned to how quickly the lake can change and a storm can occur, and how we don't take risks. If it looks like it's switching, we head for shore. And so my dad is kind of with me on the lake. And so the text, the reading, the gospel reading is Jesus and the disciples in a boat on the lake, and Jesus is sleeping in the stern, and the storm comes up so that the boat is already being swamped, and the disciples say, "Jesus, don't you care that we're perishing?" And he wakes up and says he rebukes the wind and says to the sea, "Peace, be still," and there's a dead calm. And the disciples are amazed that even the wind and the sea obey him. And so we could argue that the text makes clear that Jesus is Lord of creation, that creation are God's beloved creatures as well, and that as fellow creatures with us, beloved of Jesus, we have a responsibility to creation, to the planet, to nature, and this could be a really good climate change sermon. And as I thought about that, I said, yep, that really works if you are sitting safely on the porch at the cabin looking out at the thunderstorm on the lake and watching Jesus stand up and rebuke the wind and the sea and have everything be calm. That'd be neat. It'd be a good, thoughtful reflection. Jesus is Lord of creation. Yep, that's a good thing to think about from the sidelines. The problem is we're not sitting on the sidelines these days, are we? We feel like we are in a boat in the midst of a storm and that the boat is already being swamped. And I don't know about you, but every so often in the last year and a half, in prayer said, Jesus, do you not care that we are perishing as we pass 600,000 deaths in our country, as we worry about unemployment and people going hungry and kids losing, a year of education, as the violence over guns continues and the racial divide grows and our politics seems stuck and our congregations worry and wonder how to move forward in the future, Jesus, don't you care that we're perishing? And it seems to me sometimes like Jesus is asleep in the stern. And maybe it seems that way sometimes, but the good news, I think, of this reading is that Jesus is not on the sidelines shouting directions from the shore. Jesus is in the boat with us. Jesus is in the boat with us. And I guess Jesus' question to the disciples could be his question to us. Why do you fear? Do you still not have faith? And my answer to Jesus is, yeah, I'm afraid. I fear because I'm scared and maybe I don't have enough faith. So calm my fears and give me faith. And Jesus does. And we find calm. As we move out of pandemic, as we move back to the new reality, it is going to be scary and it is going to be uncertain, and we will doubt and question and wonder and make wrong choices and get negative feedback and all of that stuff. And it may feel to us like Jesus is asleep in the stern. But Jesus is in the boat with us, as Jesus has always been. And the trip to the new shore may not be what we expect. And there may be change. There will be change. There will be pain. There will be loss along the way. But Jesus will bring us to the new shore. As surely as he rose from death to bring us to new life. We found that to be true as a family when we went out on the lake as part of my dad's committal service. And I have found that to be true often in hindsight in the intervening years. I still get scared. And I still wonder whether Jesus cares that we are perishing. But eventually I come to a place of calm and know that Jesus is there. I pray that for you all. And if you need a tangible reminder, maybe make a trip to some water this week. And maybe if you can't do that, grab a handful of water and remember you're baptized. So an eventful week leading to Father's Day. I'm Bishop Craig. Peace be with you. Take care.